welcome everyone, and wherever you may be joining us and listening into this conversation, we certainly appreciate you doing that. And one of the things as the Chief Operations Officer for Modexus that I get to do that I enjoy absolutely the most is meeting our advocates and customers from around the world and hearing their stories. And so many of these stories are life-changing stories that have had such a tremendous impact on them, their families, and well, guess what? Today, this is going to be a fun conversation. And all of you get to meet Kirsty Smiley. Kirsty is from the Belfast area in Northern Ireland. I think I have that correct. And
Yep.
Kirsty, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to hearing your story, but what I'd like for you to do first, if you would, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your family. I know you have a beautiful daughter, Ruby May, I believe. I have that correct. What a pretty girl. I know she means everything to you. So tell us a little bit about your family. What do you do professionally, and what are things you like to do? I think I saw something that maybe you're into dance, and that's, that looks like that could be fun.
I am a woman of many talents. I do so many different things. It's where do I start? Where do I start? So it's me and Ruby. It's just me and her. She's my family. She's who I live with. Obviously, I have my mommy and my daddy and whatever, but she's my family. I have actually had the privilege of doing work and taking her with me. So I started at the beginning. I sort of started the modeling about 6 years ago, and then through the modeling it got me into promotional jobs. So I would work for like Specsavers and Boots and go out and talk to people and hand out leaflets and all stuff like that. And then I ended up sort of doing PR work for clubs, and then I got in with a company, and every December they have a business, and it's a Santa sleigh. So the Santa sleigh drives around the whole of Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I'm Elsa. So I sing on the sleigh with all my kids. And then the next day I'm Mrs. Claus. So I sort of swap back and forward from both roles. But the year before I started the sleigh, I was running a grotto down in Dungannon, and I got to bring the wee woman with me as my little elf. And she came down and worked with me for a week. She made all the other children feel so much more comfortable because our Santa was a wee bit scary. So she made them feel so comfortable. It was amazing being able to take her. And then on the Santa sleigh, I took her out on my Santa sleigh with me too. She was the first kid to actually ever get a turn on it last year. She was the first child to ever, get on it. It's been amazing. And then I work for a dancing company called Sapphire Entertainment. Again, it's all over Northern Ireland. That's something I've always wanted to do from such a young age. Like, I still don't believe that I even achieved that and that I still do it. Especially, God love my boss. Like, I really have been through I nearly cursed there, SHIT. I have been sick on jobs with her. I have fainted. I have vomited. And she still has never sacked me. In the whole 3 years I have worked for her, she is amazing. But I've only done one job back from COVID. I've started taking Modexus products, and I had the best night working ever. It was.
Well, you're just full of life, and you're definitely many talents. I mean, Christmas time was certainly a lot of fun, I bet. So
that's every year.
That's good. And be able to share that time with your daughter is absolutely amazing. But in reading your story and doing a little homework before we had this conversation, I mean, it hasn't always. I mean, you've always carried that on the outside, but it hasn't always been that easy, has it? I mean, tell us a little bit about your health journey in a couple, 3 minutes, if you can.
So I've always been a confident person. I've never had trouble. I would never care what anybody else thinks. But at the same time, I've been dealing with this condition since I was a 2-year-old child. Like, it's just affected so many areas of my life. Growing up, being in school, hiding in the toilets, not wanting to come out of the toilet because you were the smell, and just so many different factors around that. And then dealing with the pain on a general daily basis. I used to say to my mummy, if I die tomorrow, you have no right to be sad. You have no right to feel like that, because you know the life I've endured of pain, and it hasn't been a life. I used to tell my family all the time, I'm like a cancer patient, but I don't have cancer. Like, it doesn't take much for a girl to get her hair done, do her makeup, and like I say, I cover it all up, what's really happening on the inside. I've tried to take my life from a teenager. I've done it a few times growing up, because I've just got to that point where nothing makes sense, and nothing, I've never had no help. I've never got no help. I've never had no relief. I've never had even just someone to even talk to that understands what I'm going through. I've never had that. Nobody's ever understood me, ever.
Mm.
So
It's just pain, just
I
dealing
got,
with pain every day, every
yeah,
day.
every single effing day, yeah. From a child, I remember being a wee kid on the toilet, like a 7-year-old child, and I used to think in my head, when I'm older, I'm going to die from bowel cancer, or I'm going to die the first time I ever had give birth to a baby. Obviously, she survived and I survived, so my wee head's like, used to sit and go, okay, you're going to die with bowel cancer then. That's how you're going to die. Like, my wee head just completely took over. It took over my brain.
Wow. But your life has changed dramatically in the last few months. I
It's
mean,
been 6 weeks.
6 weeks,
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
And you know what? These things don't happen by accident, do they? I mean, I've watched a little bit of this through social media over the last 6 weeks. And so
Yeah.
how did you, I mean, things don't happen by accident.
Mary. Mary sent me the capsules. Then 24 hours later after that, that was unbelievable. See, whenever they told me what was wrong with me, they were like, we can't give you any antidepressants because there's too much of a risk that you'll go and kill yourself. So they didn't give me no help, no relief.
Wow.
Nothing.
So you found Mary Green. I guess it was we call it a chance Facebook meeting, but things don't happen by chance. I don't believe that they do. So what an angel she's been to be able to share Modexus with you. So tell us, which products are you using? What has made the difference? I mean, this nutritional
I'm using
journey.
everything. I'm using them all. Anybody I talk to, I tell them they need to be taking them all. Now, I don't take them all the time due to like postage and trying to get them. And if you run out, and like you might have a week where you're not taking them all, but the painkiller and the immune system tablet, they are my main go-to. Plus my daughter, I have her on the immune system tablet. I put a capsule in her juice.
Okay.
Her whole eczema is gone. My
Wow.
child suffered for 9 years.
Wow.
She's never had a bubble bath. She had a bubble bath last night and laying her bath with her wee mermaid playing. Absolute unbelievable. Got up the day, no itching, no nothing. Now she started scratching there for a few days because I was waiting on more capsules being delivered. So I didn't give her the capsules for about 3-4 days, and she started getting itchy again. See, once I started giving her it again, I had a bubble bath last night, and literally she lay in it like a lord. She is so happy for herself. So I'm on a healing journey, and she's came on it with me now too.
That's wonderful.
See what I mean? She literally does everything with me. Literally.
So you're using longevity and
Yep.
you're using the Relieve, and those are the two main products that have had this kind of impact. And for tranquility and that too.
Fantastic. See, because I haven't took that in about a week, I've started feeling stuff in my chest, and I don't like it. I need to order some more from Mary. I have her tortured. And then the lift, Mary gave me like a trial of the lift for 7 days. So what I done was I was taking them on the days I was going to work so that I would feel the full effect. And I just felt good all day. Like good, even my mental health was improving. Even my roar levels, I like to call them. You ever get when you shout? They really lowered as well.
Wow. So with everything you've been through, Kirsty, I mean, it would have been so easy just to have a closed mind and not be open to this. But I guess, could you say,
I was
just
on a
a point.
journey. I was on a journey myself, Randy, to be honest. I had tried a vegan diet, gluten-free diet. I tried aloe vera oil, 5 different tablets from the doctor that I had to consume more than once a day for some of them. I got to the point I couldn't take it no more. I was literally trying everything, paying the money out to try anything to help me. I was on a shake diet and all at one point because I literally couldn't take a solid food. I was drinking like liquid.
Right.
Like I can eat food again. Like I've been to about 10 restaurants from I've started taking these.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So, I mean, I want to thank you for sharing your story. And I know sometimes it's not always easy, although I know you're excited to tell your story because you know
Yeah.
there are a lot of people out there that need what we have for sure.
That's what it is. I have spent so many years feeling like poop, putting myself down and going through all these different things. And it's like, I feel like I've been given a life that I never had and didn't have a life before this.
Well, we appreciate you saying yes to Modexus. And Kirsty, in closing this
I
out,
appreciate myself saying yes too. Oh, me, pat on the back.
You're awesome. So to close this out, what I'd like for you to just, take 1 minute and, there's going to be people see this and say, you know what, this worked for me. It's just, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I think it's a great way to say it. What words of encouragement would you offer to them? And are you open to people reaching out to you if they're like, tell me more? And Modexus, what is it? You're in Ireland, and maybe there's lots of people there that don't even know about our company yet, and they want to be able to have these changes too. What words of encouragement?
People in Ireland, funny enough, are very funny what they put in their body,
Mm-hmm.
but this is all natural. So see, even some of my family members have tried to go against me, and me and Mary talked about that as well. You would think that they would be the ones that, especially seeing the difference in me, that they would be like, yes, I want to try that. It's not the case. But Randy, I have had people from County Tyrone, Microphone and Derry message me from they seen that article and have asked me where can they get this. I've sent them all details. I've sent them all different stuff, and my shipment is due to come this week, so I'm sending them out their trials whenever it comes.
Great.
They've seen my story. They've been through what I've been through. They're literally in the place I was in. They've tried everything. This is the next thing they want to try. Not ready to give up yet.
Fantastic.
But Modexus needs to be seen and heard by everybody. It needs to be known.
Kirsty, we think you're absolutely fantastic. We appreciate you being brave and telling your story. We certainly appreciate that. And you've got a great story to tell, and we know that all of Ireland's going to hear about this. So thank you for saying yes to Modexus. And listen, if you're hearing this and you're looking for something that can make a difference for you and your family, and maybe you also say, you know what, I also want to help get this word out, please connect with Kirsty, connect with Mary Green, connect with Shanine Morris, or if you're hearing this in other parts of the world, get connected with us. You can find us on Facebook and message us, and we'll make sure you get connected to these folks. But Kirsty, thanks for telling me your story today. We appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Until next time, stay healthy, everyone.